Hello everyone, my name is Krishna Kumar Bharti and I have recently completed my MTech in Robotics and Artificial Intelligence from IIT Guwahati, and I also have done my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from IERT Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, and I have good knowledge of data structure and algorithm. I have solved many problems on lead code, HackerRank, CodeSafe, and I also attended many contests on LeetCode and CodeSafe. My contest rating on LeetCode is 1500 plus. So for demonstration, I will give the explanation of problem solving of data structure. So in this, I am going to solve a data structure problem on array, that is two sum. So now we will go to the LeetCode platform and we'll see the question of two sum. Now let's see the question to sum. The question says that given an array of integer nums and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. Means you have an integer array nums and an integer target. So your task is to return the two indices that that the sum of that element will be equal to target. Like if we sum this element 2 and 7, it will be equals to target 9. So we will return the index of 2 and the index of 7, which is 0 and 1. So this is the problem. Now we will think how we'll solve this problem. We'll code this problem. So first of all, we start with a brute force method. So for that, we will choose two for loop. One will run from index 0 to n, and if we will take first loop I is equal to 0, start from I is equal to 0, and the second loop start from I plus 1. Like we have two pointers, one is I and second is j. I will start from 0 and j will start from I plus 1, means from 1. So we will traverse from I plus 1 to n for every value of I, and we will sum the nums of I and nums of j. If it equals to target, we will return that indices. Now we will start the coding. So first of all, we will assign the size of the array nums into n, which is nums dot size, and we will also initialize an array to return our answer. So vector. Now we will run our first loop, which will run from 0 to n. Now we'll run our second loop, which will run from I plus 1 to n. Now we'll take our two condition like nums of I plus nums of j. If it equals to target, we will add that in indices into the answer. So if nums of I plus nums of j is equal to target, then we will push that value into our answer j. Now finally we return the answer. Now we'll see that it will runs clearly. Yeah. So now you can see that the code runs successfully, and now we'll submit it. So our code is submitted successfully. But here is we can see that our time takes 127 milliseconds to execute this code. But some people we can see that they solve the problem in 1 millisecond, 2 millisecond, 3 millisecond, and our code is taking it 127 millisecond. So there is a concept of time complexity. What is time complexity? So time complexity is how much time your code taking to execute the problem. So our code, let's analyze the time complexity of our own code. So here we can see that our first loop will run from 0 to n. So for first loop it will take order of n, and the inner loop also runs from 1 to n. Like if we put value of I at 0, so it will run from 1 to n. So it also takes n time complexity. So total time complexity will be n into n, which is n square. So our code taking order of n square time complexity. So there is another method to solve the same problem with less time complexity. So this is called optimal solution. So now we'll go for optimal solution and how we will approach that. So the solution for optimal approach is like we will use a hash map data structure. So what is a hash map data structure? So hash map is a data structure which store data into key value pair. Like we see just this. So here 0 will be key and 1 will be our value. So Map stores data in this format. So now I will see how it solves the problem in order of n time complexity. So in this we take the difference of target and elements, like we will run our loop from I is equal to 0 to n. So we will first subtract the elements from target, like 9 minus 2, it will be 7. So again this difference 9 minus 2, we will check that it is present in the map or not. If it is present, then we will return the index, and if it is not present, then we will push that element into the map. So we so we will push our element as key in the map and their index as a value in the map. So let's code that. Just we will remove this inner loop, and we will initialize a variable difference. So here target minus nums of I. Now we will check that this difference is present in map or not. If it is present, then we will just push that index into the answer and return it. So let's check the condition if, oh sorry, we didn't assign the map. First off, we will initialize the map. So int, this is the initialization of the map. Now we will check that the difference is present in map or not. So mp dot find. Now find is an inbuilt function to find the element in the map. Like we will find the key, then we can return the value of that, and also we can return the key. So let's find the difference. If sorry, mp difference. We find the mp.diff, and if it is not equal to mp.int, means if it is not equal to mp.int, mp.int returns the empty if it is not present in the map. So this whole line says that if the difference is present in the map, then we will push the index, push, right? Here we will push the mp.diff, because we store our elements as the key. So the difference, of target minus nums I, it is an element. If it is present in the map, then we will add into the answer. So And now again we will add our index into that I. Now this is if it is present in the map. What if it is not present in the map? So if it is not present in the map, we will add that element into the map as key and the index as the value. So mp sub I is equal to I. Now we'll run this code. Yeah. So this code is running perfectly. Now let's submit it. Now you can see that previously our code takes like 127 milliseconds, but now this code is taking 4 milliseconds. So this is an optimal solution. Why it is optimal? Because it is taking order of n times. How it is taking order of n side? We will answer. We will see that. Let's see. We are running a loop from 0 to n, only one loop. So it's taking order of n times. And here we are using an unordered map. So it also takes order of n time complexity in worst case. So what is space complexity? Space complexity means how much memory your program is consuming. So if here we can see that the two elements are found in initially found, but what if this element not found until last? So for that we will store the difference of the target and elements into the map, and it will total takes order of n time n space complexity to store that element. So this is all which it takes order of n time complexity and the order of n space complexity. Thank you.